Hello, I'm Madalynn Gambill, and today I wanted to ask you, have you ever had an unusual pet before? Well, some would consider a family pet to be a dog, a cat, or if you're feeling adventurous, a fish. However, growing up might have always been a little different. I am going to Eastern at the moment for my AA. However, I am interested in majoring in early education. I'm currently 20 years old. So to start off, I was raised by my grandparents. My grandmother always had this passion for animals and plants, and growing up, I had an obsession with Tinkerbell. So to me, our yard has looked like this perfect fairy garden. When I was in high school, we had a plaque certifying us as a wildlife sanctuary. Some of the unusual pets we've had are 5 rescue iguanas. We have a pony that's older than me and a tortoise that's the same age as me. We've had sugar gliders, chinchillas, hedgehogs, we've had prairie dogs, and 3 tarantulas. Whenever I brought somebody over to my house growing up, every time they would scream, "It's like a zoo," and they're right, it kind of is. However, it's not as glamorous as you might first assume. While having a pony is every girl's dream, cleaning out a barn isn't. And if you've ever cleaned out a barn, you know that spiders get everywhere, and that's not fun. We've also had to take our tortoise out of her pen during floods. That isn't fun either. My grandmother has always been a creative person. Our backyard has been a continuous art project of hers. She has turned our family's faces into flower pots. Mine has mint in it. She has also turned us into munchkins in her Wizard of Oz section. My grandmother has always been an inspiration to me. She used to work at the elementary school I went to as a VPK teacher, and she was my inspiration to go into education. Growing up, I would help out in her classroom, whether that would be with her students or helping her on projects. I've even read to her class before. While writing this speech, I really had to consider what was near and dear to my heart, and I discovered how much I value my grandmother. Whether it be the unlikely pets she's gotten or the fairy and gnome gardens we've made together, the yard where I grew up would always be this core part of myself. And thank you for listening to my story.